Welcome to the Ayurvedic Way, where we explore ancient health and cooking secrets from India that have helped people live in balance for thousands of years. I'm Randall Mark.
I'm Amrita Sondhi, and today we'll be talking about the importance of eating local. We'll be making a crustless quiche and a delicious zucchini soup.
And I'm going to show you how to shop for your local produce. Stick around, it's going to be a great show. We are talking today about eating local foods, and what we're doing today is we found food that's existing all over this area that's from local farmers, local eggs, local milk, local flour. What's this dish that we're going to be doing today?
We're cooking a cornmeal bread, and it's, as you just said, made with local ingredients. And if you don't mind, while I'm doing this, I'm going to pour all the flours into this bowl. Could you chop the jalapenos?
I'll chop the jalapenos, sure.
So this is a dish that has kapha reducing qualities, because it's drier, and these are great for kapha too. The jalapenos and the cilantro, a little spice to pep it up. You know, so here's the cornmeal. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, just when we talk about eating local, a lot of people don't understand why they're eating local. Most of us don't even understand where we get our food from, right? We've got to have this connection between the farmers that are growing it, and then even reducing the footprint. I mean, think of how much it costs to ship stuff from Mexico or from Africa to us. Why don't we start supporting and doing things that are reducing the footprint, the gas, all the stuff that it costs to get.
And raises the nutritional value.
I know, here we're eating local, fresh stuff.
Yeah, and getting to know the farmers, knowing the people in your community, and giving it all a name.
So I'm putting all this wet ingredients together.
Yeah, now you're putting the wet ingredients together.
I'm going to put, this is an incredibly nummy looking milk.
Oh, that looks so good.
Okay, we got the oil.
And there is the extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, and
there is the local maple syrup.
Look at that. Okay.
And the local dairy eggs coming in.
Yeah, this is supporting local poultry.
And beautiful. And the taste of local fresh eggs. Julia Child always said that. Fresh eggs make the whole dish taste completely different.
That is fantastic. I just whisk this up.
Yeah, whisk that. Oh, look at the color of those eggs. That's what local eggs look like.
Yeah, they're not
They're that color yellow.
Orange, yeah.
Okay.
This is looking amazing.
Oh, that looks so good.
Okay, so I just...
yeah, pour that in here. I'm making a well in these dry ingredients.
Okay.
Pour that in there.
Yeah.
And I'll just mix this up together. That is a gorgeous color. Gorgeous. Wow. And then we'll, as soon as I've mixed this, we can just toss the chopped jalapenos.
Okay.
Oh, you do such a nice job chopping,
so I can put them right in?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be nummy.
Now remember to check out how hot your chilies are before they go in. The reason we can put this many jalapenos is they're not very hot. So you can tell by smell how hot a chili is. So smell it or take the tiniest bite off the tip.
Okay, let's put it in the pan and we're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
Okay, look at that. That looks fantastic.
And see the color?
Yeah, I love that.
That's beautiful. Okay.
So now we put this in the oven. So we're going to put this guy in the oven, let it bake for a little bit. And coming up next, we're going to make an incredible quiche. Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. Today we're talking about the importance of eating local. Amrita, what are we making now?
We're making a crustless quiche. And it really is the importance of eating local because the quality of the ingredients that go into this dish is what makes it taste delicious and increases the nutritional value.
So you already have some onions and leeks going, is that right?
Yes, and look at the beauty of these local leeks, how green they are, how fresh they look. We're sauteing them in a little bit of ghee and a little bit of olive oil.
What's
I like
ghee?
the
What's
mixture.
ghee? What's
oh,
ghee?
Ghee is clarified butter.
Okay.
We'll make it on one of the later episodes, and we're actually, it takes the impurities out of butter, and it calms all the doshas. Kapha should use much less of it, but it will lubricate the connective tissues and transport the nutrients.
You have a ton of mushrooms.
Yeah, gorgeous mushrooms. I'm throwing them in. Mushrooms are great for selenium and the B vitamins.
Hey, by the way, selenium, I was reading this study about prostate cancer. They're saying selenium is the best thing as a preventative measure for prostate cancer. So I'm eating my, as a male, I'm definitely eating lots of mushrooms.
Yeah,
that's for
and
sure.
what a delicious way to prevent that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So
these
those
looking
look
pretty
fantastic.
I just
yeah.
fire these in?
Just fire those in.
Okay.
They look fabulous.
You know, I'm learning to chop as we go along.
Yeah, thank you. Look at the
Okay.
color of this.
I love the medley.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous to look
Okay.
at, simple to make, and the thyme. Just a little bit of spice.
Okay, a little bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit of thyme goes in.
There we
And
go.
yeah, doesn't
So
that
we're
look
gonna
nice?
let this cook here for a while, and then we'll check it out. So we finished sautéing those.
Yeah, and see, we've done them for a few minutes, so they're cooked, but they've retained their color.
Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the eggs and some of the wet ingredients together
I'll
with
give you
you.
a hand too. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, look at those eggs.
Yeah, and see the color again. This is the importance of fresh ingredients. You see
that.
the way these eggs look.
That looks
okay?
fantastic. I
These
just dump
are
the milk
gorgeous. Sure, dump the milk in, and we'll start
Local
beating that
dairy.
together
in. Yeah.
with the brawn, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you're going to just have the spices and stuff.
Yeah. And here's the cayenne for a bit of pep. Here is the mustard.
And what about the flour?
Nice, yeah. I'll have the flour.
Okay.
Little bit of flour binds it. Again, local mills for the flour.
So now what we do is just pour this right
now,
over top
yeah,
of
it's
that.
first things first, as Stephen Covey says. Love Stephen Covey.
Is it Covey or
Put
is it
this
Covey?
in-
I'm going to say it's
I
Covey.
don't know how to say his
I
name.
think it's Covey.
But he always says the most important, get the big things in first,
Yeah.
and everything else will fit around. And for
Okay,
him,
I'm
the
gonna-
big things are, like yoga or exercise, or the things you don't
I'm pouring
always
this
know
stuff
that important.
right in there.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And see, this is how everything fits in,
That's
as long as you put the liquid in
I
later.
sprinkle the cheese on.
On top, look how
Wow.
gorgeous that looks. This is our crustless quiche. Absolutely beautiful.
love
This is Gruyere cheese.
I love
Makes
it.
all the difference, the kind of cheese.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
We're going
Now
to put this in the oven, let it cook, and
Yeah.
meanwhile, we're going to then start on a soup. So now we're making the zucchini soup. Amrita, what are we starting with first?
We're caramelizing the onions, and as you know, the caramelization of the onions is what brings out the flavor.
Okay. So you just put a little olive oil and some local onions, local zucchini. This is a fantastic soup to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And this calms all the doshas, especially vata and pitta. Kapha, zucchini can actually increase kapha a little bit, just because kapha is water, and zucchini, like other squashes, have more water in them as a vegetable.
Okay. So we're going to let those go for about 5 minutes. So we've had a chance to have these onions caramelized. What do I add next?
The zucchini. Look how
Okay.
gorgeous first these golden brown onions are. They're just gorgeous.
I love them.
And,
these guys here.
yeah.
I can add everything, I guess.
Fresh local zucchini
The
and
water.
the spices, the water.
Okay.
Yep.
This is going to make a great soup.
It'll be gorgeous. And then there's the bit of salt,
Okay.
bit of pepper, bit
yeah.
of cayenne to pep it up.
You love cayenne.
It's fantastic for us.
You love the spice. And then
Good
there's
for the
some
blood. Bouillon.
bouillon. Let that get in there.
Yeah. We just simmer that. We let this simmer for about 6 minutes.
So we're going to basically soften this until it's ready to puree, and then away we go. So we were able to actually finish the soup, get it soft enough to now I get to use the brawn to
He
puree
loves his machine.
it. I do. Okay. So
Okay, so it's softened and cooled enough to puree it.
I just mix this all
He
up.
loves this. He just loves doing them. That looks perfect. It's nice to leave some chunks as well.
Okay. So this is zucchini that has been
Okay,
grown
that's
locally.
great, Randall.
Really ready to go?
A few chunks are really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now pour it right into these bowls here.
Sure. And so
Okay.
what's so great about zucchini is you can grow them in your backyard. How much more
that.
local than that can you get?
That is a
And if you
fresh-
don't grow them, I mean, your neighbors will have them, or the local farmer that Randall's going to show you how to.
Okay, now what do I do
Fine.
with this yogurt? This yogurt?
Okay, yeah, that's yogurt. Just to
Drizzle?
drizzle on top and
Am I doing it
spiral,
right? Oh,
spiral,
okay,
spiral,
well, it's
spiral.
kind of going too deep in
Oh, it
there.
is, isn't it? I think this is still a little bit warm. Okay,
Okay.
so if we waited just a little bit before
Yeah,
we drizzle
it's
the
too warm.
yogurt, it would most probably stay on top.
Okay, well, there
And
it is.
even if it doesn't, it adds a great flavor.
And I'm putting the sprigs on.
Sprigs of parsley.
There we go. I like that. Okay, there we go. There's your local soup. Coming up next, I'm going to show you how to shop local. Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. Shopping local is a great way to support your local farmers, but it's also a great way to support your body through fresh fruits and vegetables.
Books like The 100-Mile Diet have got people thinking about the importance of eating local, fresh foods. Jack Reimer is a local farmer who grows and sells fresh corn with his kids at the farmers market in Vancouver.
Jack, we're here on your farm in the Fraser Valley just outside of Vancouver. This idea of the 100-mile diet, eating local food, a farmer like you grows the corn, brings it to the city. Why is that so attractive to people?
I think it's attractive because they get a relationship with us. They get to know who produces the food, and so there's a trust that develops through that.
Yeah, I mean, this is catching on big time around here. But you've been saying this has been all over the world. This is how it's been done in the past, isn't it?
I think if we look at farming traditionally, you'll see that most of the world deals with farming in this capacity. Small farms bringing their products to market directly to the consumer. We're unique in North America because we have a strong infrastructure that we've got away from that, but now we're going back to it.
Yeah, I guess people are saying, I don't want all maybe the processing that goes into a lot of our produce and our fruits and our vegetables. I want to be able to get it right off your truck. We know you picked this yesterday and I get to grab it and eat it today. People like that immediacy, don't they?
Yeah, it's that sense that it's come right from the field, so there's a sense of freshness. As I mentioned, there's a sense of trust. Somebody hasn't sprayed it with something to make it last longer. It's not picked 6 months earlier, ripened in a cooler somewhere. And so there's that sense of it's homegrown in that sense.
Yeah, I guess, and a lot of things that I'm realizing as I'm kind of learning about this whole issue is most of us don't even realize what grows in our local area. You know, we're so used to just getting whatever we want in a grocery store. A farmer's market teaches us, oh, that grows 20 miles from me. That grows 40 kilometers from me. It really gives you a sense of what's going on in your local area, doesn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. There is that feel that, no, this isn't produced somewhere else. It's produced right here. And that's important, I think.
Now, for a person like yourself, you specialize in corn. I mean, you're kind of known as the corn guy.
Yeah, I've kind of picked up that moniker, been doing it for about 8 to 10 years at the farmers markets here, and so yeah, you get known as the corn guy.
Now, do people kind of know you and then say, I want your corn, when are you coming back? And there's a sense of personal connection?
Very much so. They kind of wait to see when do you hit the market, how long you're going to be here, so they're constantly asking you, how long you're going to keep coming, how long is the corn going to last. So yeah, there's part of that's the relationship, I think, that's formed.
Why do you keep doing it? I mean, you spend your weekends, you've been bringing your kids for years down to the market. What's in it for you?
A couple things, I think. The market end of it has been unique to me for corn because I haven't done that in the past. And what I've developed out of that is kind of a sense of this relationship with the end consumer, with the people who consume your corn, and to see their enjoyment. It's just, it's fulfilling just to see people happy eating your corn, coming back and saying, that was really good corn. And so you kind of get hooked and you keep doing it.
I love it that you brought your kids and they've kind of learned this, where food comes from, what you got to do to till it. I mean, you're out here today, you're going to be putting this seed down, you're actually planting.
Yeah, I think it's the whole process it's almost spiritual to some degree. Because there's a sense from you plant it, you grow it, you take care of it, maintain it, and then you sell it to the people who want to eat it. And there's something really enjoyable about that. I've been happy to bring my kids down there. They learn about the city because they haven't had a lot of city experience. So yeah, it's a learning process, I think, of both sides, both for the consumer and for us, the farmers, who haven't done that in the past.
As you've been involved in this, has your eating habits changed? Have you kind of grown as an end consumer of food yourself, starting to buy more local?
Well, one of the things I think is you see the freshness that of the product you grow, and you begin to go, wow, that freshness I'm looking for elsewhere rather than in a food store, in a typical grocery store. So then you start looking for it. Oh, where else can I get that freshness in a local produce? And so that's probably the biggest change, is that you go looking for more local produce because you know the taste, and it's so much better.
Well, great, Jack. I can't wait to try your corn this summer. I'm going to be coming out here and picking some corn with my kids, I think.
Great.
Thanks so much, Jack. All the best.
You bet.
Yeah,
thanks.
Great.
It's good to shop local. It's also good to train local. Local gyms are fantastic, but did you know that you could use a local park as your gym?
Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. Exercise and yoga can be done locally. Remember that. Use the parks, use the trails, use the lakes around you. This will increase the life force, the prana, the energy that you get from what you do. And as always, remember to check with your doctor first before starting.
It's good to shop local. It's also good to train local. Local gyms are fantastic, but did you know that you could use a local park as your gym? I like to do this on the off season, and when I'm out in the parks, I can do all kinds of things. I bring along a backpack, I load it up with weight. That way, I'm carrying weight before I leave home, and it's heavy. I also bring along some push-up standards, which allow you to do push-ups without getting your hands all messy, and a resistance band, which gives you options for arms, for back, for chest. It's fantastic. And then your backpack can double as a mat for the ground. So you can eat local, you can also train local. Hit a local park and have some fun. Till next time, start light and do it right.
For the spinal roll, sit down on the exercise pad, draw up your knees, and bend your head down. Put your hands under your knees, keeping your spine rounded. Gently swing back and forth, imitating the swinging motion of a rocking chair.
I love that you can utilize your local environment to exercise and get your body stimulated. We're going to make a shake here. This is all local stuff, starting with local blueberries, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
Okay.
And then here's applesauce. Oh, lovely.
Look at that, yeah.
Full of antioxidants, full of fiber, full of nutrients.
A little bit of yogurt.
Yogurt from the local dairy.
And we got this applesauce. Again, local
Applesauce.
farmer, local apples, grown like literally 2 miles from where I'm standing right now.
Isn't that fantastic?
A local
That gives us the life force. There's prana in the food. We think about how much energy or life force or prana are we getting. That's the hemp oil. That has the essential omega-363s.
Here I go. I'm getting to use my blender. I love it.
Loves this machine.
So this is a fantastic little blueberry shake that we're gonna make up here. I think we're ready to pour. I like having a little bit of skins in there. So
Okay.
here we go. And this is our blueberry shake.
Yum. Can't wait to
Fantastic.
drink that.
I can't wait to stick around and test all this fantastic food that we made. On this episode of the Ayurvedic Way, we focused on eating local foods. Amrita, we've done all this food basically from stuff we can grow locally. What have we done today?
We've made a hemp oil blueberry shake. We've made a zucchini soup, a crustless quiche, of course the local fresh produce, the cornbread that's milled at the local mill, and all of it increases the prana, the food value.
Wow, I can't wait to dig into this. The smells are incredible. And this is the way you're supporting local farmers. You're lowering your environmental footprint because you're not getting produce from all around the world. You're getting it locally. It's so important. Coming up on the next Ayurvedic Way, we talk about the importance of sleep and the connection between the foods we eat and your ability to sleep. You're not going to want to miss that one. Let's dig in.